Your story is this week?
Yes, my story this week is one of the big um, contract provisions in employment agreement is the non-compete after the employment is over. And one of the interesting twists on the non-competition agreement was decided this past week by the family court when the issue was, does the probate and family court judge have the authority to enter a non-compete clause in a divorce case? And the answer was yes. And that's really taken not only the business community, but also the family law community by storm. And what I wanted to do is talk to our listeners, because what happened was this case, Cesar versus Sunderland, talked about a couple's divorce complaint that was filed in the Cape in 2009, and the husband and wife sought ownership of a family-run business that had been a family business, Jeff, one of your specialties, and the husband was a veterinarian. And so the judge awarded the business and certain other property to the husband. He declined to give a credit for equity, but in an effort to have the value of goodwill continue in the family business, the husband asked the judge for an order prohibiting the wife from operating a competing business. And there was no authority in the state of Massachusetts for a judge to do that. And what the
That's
judge...
kind of interesting that you think that there was really no history of this.
Right. So what the judge did was, in the probate and family court, they have what they call equity powers, which means the judge can look at how a case can be decided that can be fair and equitable to both parties, and not just impose the law per se. And in this case, the husband's attorneys brought up a main case which talked about a similar situation where you had a court that imposed a non-compete in a family law case, and the main judge imposed it, and that's what they've decided in this case.
Since you assume that over 50% of all people get divorced, and entrepreneurs are, fairly, omnipresent in our world, I mean, this is a pretty important issue since spouses do get involved with each other in business. It's
a huge, huge case, and it's going to have a lot of repercussions in the family law, in the business community, because a lot of times a spouse, whether it's a husband or a wife, and more so today, the husband is getting involved with the wife's business, that you have both spouses in the business, in small businesses. And what happens when the couple gets divorced and does not have, and one or the other wants to go into a business that they know? And this has huge repercussions, and in this case, the wife was barred from going in the business, even though they did not have this in the family law agreement. The other thing is, this is going to have divorce family law attorneys imposing such agreements in property settlement or negotiating the assets of both the husband and wife.